Picture this. You're crammed inside a sterile glass and steel tower, surrounded by a maze of cubicles. Each tick of the clock pounds like a drum, beating away seconds of your life that you'll never get back. The flickering fluorescent lights are as unforgiving as a judge, and the relentless cacophony of ringing phones, chattering colleagues, and ceaseless keyboard clicks feels like an endless, grating symphony. Your soul yearns for escape. Now switch the scene. You're in an expansive open field, bathed in the ethereal light of a setting sun that paints the sky in hues of orange, pink, and magenta. Your laptop sits comfortably on your lap, and as you hit the last key to finish up your day's work, a sense of accomplishment washes over you. You take a deep breath, filling your lungs with the crisp, clean air as a choir of birds orchestrates a melody that nature itself has composed. The only deadlines here are set by the descending sun and your own ambitions. These are not parallel universes, they're choices. Two contrasting landscapes driven by the same necessity, the inexorable need to make ends meet. But oh, how different they are in the worlds they offer. Let's get real. That skyscraper might offer you a cushion of stability, and even camaraderie with like-minded peers. But it could also turn into a velvet prison, sucking away your individuality and trapping you in a cycle of monotony. On the other hand, the open field, that liberating expanse, might resonate with your soul, offering peace and a kind of freedom you never knew existed. But let's not forget, it can be a lonely place, filled with uncertainties that come with stepping off the well-trodden path. So between these two extremes, our metaphorical skyscraper and boundless field, lies a spectrum of choice that many of us don't even realize we can explore. Here's where things get interesting. This is the sweet spot, where you can custom design your work experience. It's like creating a personal blend of coffee. You don't have to choose between black or white. You can revel in the richness of a mocha or the zest of an espresso shot with a hint of caramel. Ever felt like a square peg trying to fit into a round hole when it comes to the daily grind? Trust me, you're not alone. I've been there, feeling like a stranger in my own life, until I reached a tipping point. It was time to reevaluate what really mattered to me. I didn't just set work-life boundaries, I practically tore down the wall that was suffocating me. And joining grassroots movements that advocate for more humane working conditions wasn't a footnote in my life's agenda. It became a headline. The result? A seismic shift from a life of tedious monotony to one that's like an ever-unfolding adventure. So, which world will you choose? And what would happen if you dared to reimagine your own landscape? Because remember, this is not just about where you work, it's about how you want to live. Hold up. What if I told you there's an untapped reservoir of income right in your hands? I'm talking about turning your personal passion into your paycheck. Think it sounds too good to be true? Let's break it down. Let's say woodworking gets your creative juices flowing. Imagine having an Etsy store that showcases your handcrafted furniture. People would pay for the sort of craftsmanship that comes from love, not just necessity. Or perhaps you've inherited your grandma's mouth-watering cookie recipe. Ever thought that you could be the maestro behind the next viral dessert craze? When you channel your passion into a venture, not only do you gain financial stability, but you're also in the driver's seat on the road to self-determination. Before you know it, we're not just riding down the highway of self-determination, we're leaving everyone else in the dust. Now, about the long-standing 9-to-5 work template that many of us have come to consider as written in stone. Decades old, this relic of a schedule is viewed by most as the default setting of adult life. But if you dig a little deeper, you'll find that this traditional system is more of a chain than a framework, an aged cage that hampers your creative flair and throttles your ability to seize new possibilities. And this isn't just philosophical musing. It's backed by research. Studies have shown that rigid work schedules can lead to increased stress, burnout, and a significant drain in motivation and creativity. So why do we hold on to this anachronistic model that clearly stifles our growth and well-being? After my own eureka moment, when I decided enough was enough and opted for a life of remote work, the change was transformative. Suddenly my calendar became a blank canvas that I could color in any shade I wanted. It was like I had been given a new lease on life. No longer confined by walls, literal or metaphorical. I now had the license to roam the landscape of my own interests and ambitions. My newfound freedom meant that I could venture into avenues that my old life wouldn't even allow me to glimpse. And in exploring these paths, not only did I boost my well-being, but I also ignited a creative spark that had lain dormant under the stifling 9-to-5 regime. So, if you find yourself wedged in that old model, consider this your wake-up call. The age of flexible, dynamic, passion-driven work isn't just coming, it's already here. Are you ready to join the revolution? Think of this moment as standing at the crossroads. Behind you lies the well-worn path of traditional work, while the road ahead diverges, branching into a myriad of exciting directions. It's like the pivotal scene in a movie where the protagonist must choose between a predictable life and an uncertain yet exhilarating adventure. You're the protagonist in this scenario. What's it going to be? Do you ever find yourself gazing out the window, wondering what life could be like without the confining walls of a 9-to-5 work schedule? Ever fantasized about turning Fridays into your me days, or becoming that elusive digital nomad who's got it all figured out? You're not alone. And here's the kicker. The tectonic plates of work culture are shifting, making it more feasible than ever to live that dream. The rise of remote work is not just a fleeting trend, it's shaping up to be the new norm. In this brave new world, you don't have to put your longings on hold any longer. The future is knocking on your door, and it's bringing along a suitcase packed with possibilities.